Liverpool, Nenville Park, OBU versus Wellington. Referee Jack Sargentina, Prem Reserve game. Jack, I don't know why you'd stand there on an attacking line-out. You got away with it another day. What about if they had just driven straight to the line from the front? Would you have been able to clearly see any try, non-try, with all those bodies in between you? So you need to have a think about where you're standing and why you're standing there and what potentially could happen for any next phase. Good scanning of the back line there. Well done. These last two rucks though, you haven't scanned the outside. Doesn't harm, just have a quick flick up out wide. Whereas when you were in that D line before, near close to the goal line, you were looking out wide, flicking your head. Just here again, see if I can pick it up. You're not looking out. They've gone left anyway, but it pays to make sure you're still having a look at that defending back line out this way. You pirouetted there, but effectively never looked at the defending back line. So Jack, it's a good day, weather conditions are great, you got ARs, why would you particularly want to stay at the front of a line out? If you go there and do your management, and then why not put yourself into a much better position if they're going to spin it wide and spin it quickly? Have a think about that. Why would you go to the front and stay there in that kind of situation?
Listen to me, I should be coach. I think he's definitely premium material, maybe next year, year after. Yeah, but just needs to...
All the basics are there.
Yeah.
So then it doesn't matter where the ball goes, you've got everything covered.
Yep. We do rely on our speed though.
Oopsie.
That's not good.
Will you get away with it 95% of the time? Yeah, of course you will.
Yeah,
But what about that one day?
It's the hardest thing to do in goal. It's the hardest, and so unnatural sometimes. You need to go. Oh, nice.
Oh, pretty obvious,
He's
wasn't it?
gone.
Keep going, you better keep going. Why is it? It's always the way. You ran the they're going to spend 28 billion on their transport thing. They might be able to find the money, but who's going to do the work? I mean, they can't get. They're bringing in Filipinos for the transmission galley.
Yeah, I guess they're coming capacity out of Christchurch, maybe.
Maybe. Well, that's what you'd have thought.
There's got to be a lot of people dribbling up north.
But they're also going to be building 100,000 houses or something.
Well, they just started the first one today or something, wasn't
A couple of sports stadiums. As a young fella, and we went to a big thing at the bloody Beehive, and this is back in the 70s, and they had these great big maps of where they're going to plant all these trees, and I actually raised the question, I said, are these the physically achievable targets or the financially desirable targets? And he says, we don't want people pouring cold water on this.
So Jack, you put your arm up there for a two-handed take to look at backs, keep them back, but you never once looked at the back line. pays to actually have a look as well. Catch the number 10's eye maybe. And if you're going to have it up, actually make sure it means something.
Looks a little Richard Gordon-esque. Something I can say.
We had him Wednesday.
Right, yeah.
Look at your head position, Jack. You're not looking at the outside backs there at all. Your body orientation's good, but you're not doing any scanning. So there, the OBU outside backs were, 2 of them were at least a good metre offside, but because you never scanned, you never picked it.
The tackle. He's playing advantage at the full 80.
Is that number 23, was it?
Hey?
Was it
Yeah, where's 23? It's the only jersey at Spitzing.
Yeah, he was... I didn't use him enough.
No. But I think at the end he was struggling just fitness-wise.
Yeah, he was dead. Stewart, isn't it?
We'll sell it up. So you just leave these guys in the game.
17. No, yeah. Don't get me started. Raise fix.
So I'm glad you blew your whistle in again and did not allow them to take the tap from where he took it from. So it may have been because you wanted to talk to that Wellington player or you wanted to kick off the mark. Either way, good decision.
Then we let him. How can you tell from that?
Exactly.
I love those calls. That's right, really?
Yeah, what's the point of even calling it?
Yeah, I know. That's right, not what?
Good pass in the end. Oh, what did you do that for?
Why would you stand there?
Oh, yeah. That's just
So once again, I question your positioning in the line out there and why you'd do that. Yes, you got away with it, but once again, if they'd driven straight to the corner, where would you have been? What would you have seen?
And there's no visit.
Oh, we're not going to get that.
Good scanning on that one. I saw your head flick up. Well done. I'm glad you got that, because it looked to me like you were just maybe a little bit too flat initially and you hadn't scanned, but obviously you did pick it up. But that's the one where you just maybe need to hold that extra half metre of distance back from the opposition the back of the ruck, just to give you that, open that shoulder up and be able to see it wide, and then you can just flatten and pirouette as you need to. So if you replay that, Jack, that line out, I don't think, did they move off the line? You put your arm up, but you did drop it, so maybe you were happy for them to come in, because they certainly did come in.
そう。
Both with the advantage call and see.
I told him that OBU are notorious that he knows a lot of these guys from school. That's that you're in charge.
Look at his head. Watch his head. I know, he's fine. So there, he's never looked at the back line. This guy here's offside.
Yes, he got him.
He has got him?
Yep. Number 13, he's been offside all day. But he's not.
Nice positioning, Jack. I like it. Even if he did it just for me. See his positioning there. I reckon he could actually be potentially a little bit out this way further, but happy that he was there.
You sticking around for the main game?
Yeah. Nice positioning all the way through that. So then he started giving me.
Oh, did he?
Like going, mate, really? Come on. Good scanning. Saw that as well. Well done. And again, that's the way. Work hard on that. Yeah, nice quick pirouette and looking. Happy with that. See how easy that was for him? He was on the D line, came just back and doing what he needs to do, but covering his ass if it had gone the other way.
Okay, jersey sponsorship. Okay, beautiful. And we're still with Polaris with the odd cheat.
And then he plays, Jamie Williams was playing in the 69ers or Pink Ginners. And Andy.
Oh, well done.
That's the situation of that ruck, Jack, and I don't know if I picked it up, where you've got to be conscious of having a scan to your left before you pirouette. Good decision, good process, Jack. Well done. Nice process there, Jack, as I said. Took your time, had your good chat. We probably got the right decision, so that's great.
Up to. Okay. And Matt Thomas, what's the thereabouts?
Just sitting.
Okay.
Got himself really fit though, which is good.
Yeah.
slide on yourself, mate. Sorry.
None taken.
I didn't notice. I didn't bring your name up.
Yes, I thought there might be some spelling mistake.
See, what was the point of that? Putting his hand up. He hasn't looked at them once.
Yeah. Has it moved off the line?
Yeah, have now. Yeah. Well, that's probably 3 times he's done that in the game already, and he's never looked at once. So what's the point of putting your hand up?
Yeah. And then,
because the opposition first fight just goes, he doesn't look at us, what's the point? Just come up whenever you like. If some of the camera work's shoddy, Jack, it's because I'm bloody talking to your father too much.
And for continue and adjust. So sync after raise up hand. Advantage and the positioning. Near point, near very defense and attack interposition.
Yes, stop it, even.
So Yarm's still up, Jack. Yarm's still up, and look where the number 10 is. They never stayed back, so what was the point of even putting Yarm up? So if you're going to put Yarm up, you need to have a look at the opposition and maybe even say to 10, hold. Because otherwise there's just no point having Yarm up.
People now, they like to go the ball off.
See there, so you haven't moved your eyes yet and had a scan this way. Those are the positions where you can get locked in and ball watching and on the ruck more without getting that shoulder out and squaring up to the posts and looking into that tackle ruck sideways. So keep working on that. The 28th of April, OBU versus Wellington Premier game, Nenville Park, Greg Binning referee. So I'm just wondering why you had the need to feel like you had to run around that ruck there, Greg, whether you could have just stayed on the inside quite easily, but for some reason you wanted to run. You just go back and look at that situation where you went into the D-line, Greg, and then just stayed there. Be very careful about just staying there and not quickly moving back. Got away with it, but just keep that in mind.
Offside's offside.
Get this training camp.
I am very glad that you gave that penalty. It's just ruined the game, hasn't it? Good consistency on the 10-metre rule, well done. So was that tackle by OBU high over the shoulders? Would have been good to hear maybe an advantage call, just consistency purposes.
Oh, Brian!
Don't kick it.
Yeah, good boy. Well done. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, but he's a number 6.
So that whistle for that penalty was pathetic. and very, very difficult to determine what it was for, because secondary signal is this either non-existence or you're rushing it and no one can see what it is. So you need to slow down, do your secondary signals nice and clear and maybe higher so that people can actually see what they're for. So I think in that jockey position you could be a lot closer, and therefore you wouldn't be so much possibly in that line of the pass.